They say ignorance is bliss.
Deep in the dense forests of the Czech Republic, far from any trade routes or military roads, stands a castle with no clear reason for existence, Houska Castle. Built in the 13th century, it wasn't made to protect people from the outside, it was built to keep something inside. As you approach the massive stone walls and sealed central chapel, a sense of dread sets in. This is not just a building, it's a prison for something ancient and evil, and the locals have feared it for centuries. Beneath the main chapel of Houska Castle lies its most terrifying feature, a massive, sealed pit said to be bottomless. According to medieval legend, when construction began, prisoners sentenced to death were offered a pardon if they agreed to be lowered into the hole and report what they saw. The first man screamed after only seconds, and when they pulled him back up, his hair had turned white and his face was aged beyond recognition. He died days later, insane and rambling about winged creatures crawling up from the depths. The pit was quickly sealed, but not before witnesses claimed to see inhuman things emerging, dark, winged beasts with twisted limbs and soulless eyes. Locals swore the creatures roamed the forests at night, snatching livestock and whispering in unholy tongues. Builders filled the hole with stones, sealed it with iron plates, and constructed the chapel directly above it, as if to trap the evil inside. But those who worked on the site reported seeing shadows that moved against the light, and hearing voices from beneath the floor. Strangely, Houska Castle was built in reverse, its defenses face inward, and many windows are fake, merely painted illusions. There's no kitchen, no water source, no fortification logic. It was never meant to house a noble family or guard a territory. Its very layout suggests a fortress built not to protect from invaders, but to trap something within. Historians remain baffled by its purpose, but the chilling architecture tells its own story. This place was built to hold back hell itself. During World War II, Nazi SS troops occupied Houska Castle, drawn by its dark legends. Obsessed with the occult, they believed the pit beneath the chapel was a gateway to other dimensions, a source of untapped power. Locals reported strange lights flickering from the windows at night, screams echoing through the hills, and ghostly figures walking the grounds. When the war ended, the Nazis vanished, leaving behind ritual symbols, burned-out rooms, and a feeling that something had been awakened, and never left. Even today, visitors and caretakers report unexplained sounds within the castle walls. At night, low groans echo from beneath the chapel, as if something is moving beneath the stone. Tourists have captured muffled screams, whispering voices in forgotten languages, and scratching noises with no source. Some say the walls themselves feel alive, breathing, pulsing faintly when the moon is full. Those who've spent the night alone in the castle often leave early, pale, silent, and unwilling to speak of what they heard. One of Houska Castle's most feared apparitions is the headless black monk, a towering, robed figure that silently roams the chapel halls. Witnesses say he appears only when someone approaches the sealed pit, as if guarding it. He doesn't speak, doesn't chase, but merely watches, his decapitated neck seeping shadow instead of blood. Those who meet his gaze often fall ill within days, plagued by nightmares of fire, chains, and an endless descent into darkness. Inside the chapel above the pit, ancient symbols and strange markings cover the stone walls, remnants of forbidden rituals performed to contain the evil below. Priests and monks reportedly sealed the gateway with blood sacrifices and chants in lost tongues. Some believe the chapel itself acts as a barrier, powered by dark magic, that keeps the malevolent forces trapped. But as centuries pass, cracks appear, not just in stone, but in the veil between worlds. During construction, several workers vanished without a trace, fueling rumors of a curse. Entire teams would disappear overnight, leaving tools and meals untouched. Survivors spoke of whispers in the forest, unseen hands grabbing at their ankles, and shadows creeping closer with each passing day. The castle's builders abandoned their work in fear, convinced that the pit was a doorway to hell, a place where no man should ever dare to tread. For centuries, locals avoided the castle and its surrounding woods, speaking in hushed tones about the gateway to hell. Stories told of lost souls wandering the area, strange lights flickering on moonless nights, and livestock disappearing without a trace. Elders warned children never to approach, believing the castle's dark secret could consume their very souls. Despite the passage of time, the fear remains. Houska Castle is a place where darkness reigns eternal. In recent decades, paranormal investigators have flocked to Houska Castle, eager to uncover its secrets. Many report strange phenomena, cold spots, sudden chills, inexplicable electronic malfunctions, and shadowy figures caught on camera. Some claim to have heard guttural whispers and distant screams emanating from the sealed pit. Despite scientific equipment, the castle's dark mysteries remain unsolved, and those who delve too deep often leave with more questions than answers. On stormy nights, the sealed pit beneath the chapel seems to rumble and tremble as if something trapped inside is trying to escape. Visitors report feeling the ground shake, hearing deep growls and scratching from below. Some say the iron plates covering the gateway have begun to warp, threatening to break the ancient prison open. The boundary between the living world and the abyss is weakening, and whatever lurks beneath waits patiently for release. Visitors inside Houska Castle often report hearing whispers, soft, unintelligible voices that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Some say the voices are warnings, while others believe they are the lost souls trapped between worlds, crying out for release. The whispers grow louder near the chapel, intensifying as night falls, making even the bravest souls question their sanity. Throughout the centuries, secretive monks and priests performed ancient rituals at Houska Castle to reinforce the barrier between worlds. These ceremonies involved chanting in forgotten languages, sacred symbols, and blood offerings meant to bind the darkness beneath the chapel. Though the rituals seem to hold back the evil, signs of weakening have sparked fears that the rituals might soon fail, and the gateway will open once again. Many who dared to spend the night at Houska Castle have returned forever changed. Some suffer from unexplained illnesses, others from terrifying nightmares filled with fiery pits and clawed shadows. A few disappeared completely, never to be seen again. It's as if the castle marks its victims, binding them to its dark legacy. Locals say the curse is real, and those who cross the gateway pay the ultimate price. Visitors often feel as if they're being watched by unseen eyes within the castle. Shadows shift unnaturally, and fleeting glimpses of figures vanish when looked at directly. Some believe these watchers are the restless souls trapped between dimensions, bound to guard the gateway forever. Their silent vigil is both a warning and a curse, reminding all who enter that evil never truly sleeps here. Legends say that those who ignore the warnings suffer a terrible fate. Travelers who venture too close to the sealed pit have vanished, never to be seen again. Before disappearing, some have been heard screaming in agony, their voices swallowed by the night. The castle stands as a grim reminder, a warning etched in stone, that some doors must remain forever closed. To this day, Houska Castle stands, a fortress of stone and shadow, guarding the gateway to hell beneath its chapel. Its secrets remain locked away, whispered only in fear. Whether a prison, a warning, or a curse, the castle reminds us that some evils are eternal, waiting patiently beneath the earth for a chance to rise again. Dare to enter, and you may never leave.